Hey YouTube. Top Listz Spotter. Today gonna count down 4 top 10 wonderful cars and their strange qualities. So here we go. On number 10, we have Reliant Robin of the Reliant Motor Company, which was founded in 1935 in Tamworth, England, and the small auto manufacturer produced three-wheeled vehicles from the start. Three-wheeled automobile are classified as motorcycles in the UK and thus are cheaper to register and insure. But as so often is the case with cheap motoring, there's a catch. The Robin's catch is that it rolls over. Almost everyone can recall a childhood memory of falling off their tricycle and scuffing a knee, and the Robin is exactly like that but with far worse consequences. Now comes Morgan three-wheeler on number 9. Morgan is a small family-based automobile company headquartered in Malvern, England and founded in 1909. From the very beginning, the company produced three-wheelers, and when inspecting their modern take on their classic design, you'd be hard-pressed to find any differences. Besides looking like a relic from the past, the modern three-wheeler is constructed in ways that even boutique auto manufacturers abandoned long ago, with 40,000 paint colors and 50 different leather options to choose from. After this comes Stout Scarab on number 8. Perhaps it is the most dull and uninspiring vehicle type on the road today is the minivan. It's a rolling appliance designed to ferry kids from destination to destination. It wasn't always like this, however. As with many other things in history, the first rendition had the best intentions, and the Stout Scarab in 1936 paved a glorious path for minivans, a path none followed. American aircraft engineer William Bushnell Stout had been involved with the automotive industry since 1907, when he was the chief engineer for Chicago's Schumer Motor Truck Company. After years in and out of various automotive positions, Stout formed the Stout Metal Airplane Company in 1923 before selling it to Henry Ford in 1925. Now on number 7, we have Aston Martin Lagonda. There's no doubting the prestige of England's premier sports car manufacturer. Over the last century, Aston Martin can lay claims to dozens of wonderful and beautiful automobiles. The Lagonda, however, wonderful as it may be, wasn't exactly beautiful. The first thing you'll notice is its extreme and polarizing design, but it's what's on the inside that counts. While it might seem commonplace now for cars to have electronic parts, the Lagonda was the first car to possess a digital LED touch-sensitive dashboard. This was all the way back in 1976. Digital dashboards in an era where leaded gasoline was still being phased out proved difficult, and the Lagonda went through numerous redesigns before eventually settling on fluorescent vacuum tubes for its futuristic display. Now on number 6, we have Dodge Viper Route/10 of the Viper, which was to be a modern-day Shelby Cobra, one of the world's greatest muscle cars. The new car was to be just as pure and bare bones as the Cobra, a counter-statement to just how bloated and complicated all cars had become. The design is perhaps the greatest example of a sketch come to life, and when it debuted as a concept car in 1989 at the Detroit Auto Show, it caused such a sensation that it was put into production with very few changes to the design and its principles. The production car of 1992 was legendary for its simplicity. For a price of $50,000, you got a huge engine, a beautiful body, and not much else. Even air conditioning was originally not offered, nor was a permanent top. Not even exterior door handles or side windows made the cut. After this now comes the Citroen DS on number 5. Citroen has always been at the cutting edge of automotive innovation. Their current claim to fame is a small SUV named the Cactus that has deformable body panels on the bumpers and sides to eliminate fender benders and parking lot scratches. Citroen's most famous car perhaps is the 2CV, noted for both looking like a duck and getting France moving after World War II. The company's DS, which debuted in 1955, came with a suspension so smooth that it was likened to riding on a magic carpet. The tech behind it was revolutionary in using not traditional springs and gas-filled shock absorbers but a combination of hydraulics and pneumatics. This allowed the car's height to be adjusted and could self-level the car on any road surface for comfort. This feature made the DS a French national hero in 1962 when it most likely saved President Charles de Gaulle's life. Now on number 04, we have Ferrari 250 GTO. Every year, the International Automobile Federation, FIA, gives an award to the manufacturer whose car performs best in races over the course of the season. The first few years that it awarded this title, the FIA focused on sports prototypes. Then in 1962, it changed its rules, allowing only cars that were mass-produced for the public. To stay in the running, Ferrari needed a new model, and it needed to produce several units. The result was the 250 GTO. Ferrari built 36 of them, which was a lot for a unique racing model but a tiny number by any other measure. As a result, the car's prices at auction today are nothing short of astounding. The most expensive car ever sold at auction was a 250 GTO bought in 2014 for a hair over $34 million. So here comes the Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman limousine on number 3. The extensive and extravagant customization options of the Mercedes-Benz 600 Pullman limousine, or the Grosser, as it was affectionately known, attracted a very specific type of user, dictators. Saddam Hussein, Mao Zedong, Fidel Castro, Nicolae Ceausescu, Idi Amin Dada, and Kim Jong-il all enjoyed the luxury of being chauffeured in a 600 Grosser. That isn't the most fascinating aspect of the Grosser, though. That honor goes to the complex hydraulic system that runs virtually everything in the car. The system is pressurized at 3,200 psi and only takes mineral oil. Any synthetic oil eats away at the rubber seals, making the car leaks out of its doors like a sieve. Now comes Lamborghini Countach on number 2. The Lamborghini Countach was designed to shock. The name itself is an exclamation. Countach in a Piedmontese dialect conveys exclamation. It's the equivalent of the English word wow, although there does exist a more risque undertone to the word, according to some. Legend says that car designer Bertone uttered the slang the moment he saw the final car designed by Marcello Gandini. Company owner Ferruccio Lamborghini reportedly liked his reaction so much he decided to use it as the car's name. The moniker was justified. Even in 1974, when car design often reached gross excess, the Countach was jaw-dropping. It pioneered cab-forward design in pushing the driver far to the front of the car, a choice that supercars are still following 40 years later. At last finally comes the McLaren F1 on number 01. British car designer Gordon Murray wanted to implement Formula One technology and space-age materials to create the ultimate road car during the 1988 Formula One season. With the help of McLaren team principal Ron Dennis, he made that dream a reality. When it was released in 1993, the McLaren F1 was the most expensive production road car in the world at a staggering $857,000. Only 64 were built. While it has been eclipsed dozens of times in price over the years, it held the production car speed record of 391 km, 243 mi, per hour for over a decade from 1993 to 2005. So these were the top 10 wonderful cars and their strange qualities. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and learned too.